Hello, hi everybody, Kelvin here from London. I review all kinds of stereo equipment, old and new, anything I can get my hands on. No one gives me equipment, so I can tell the truth about what things sound like. Anyway, what do I have here? Q Acoustics, presently available, 3030i. I think I saw these at £250, and I think they may be worth 300. I might have this wrong, but I think that maybe they've come down, which probably means they may be going to be superseded, you know. Anyway, Q Acoustics 3030i. Let me show you the side of these because you can't quite see there from the front. I mean, they are actually very good looking. I would definitely give them that. And they are surprisingly deep. Can you see that? Very, that's deep. And it's kind of an unusual shape, I don't know what you think about it. And obviously you've got these curves here. And you've got a port, yeah? Okay. So, I'm going to go straight into the sound. And it may not be too pretty. Hang on, let's just move that. There we go. Okay. Songs I did. Angelou. Van Morrison, very nice recording. Have a listen. Good for testing out your hi-fi. Okay, bass drum was good and pokey. The bass is good on these. If anything they do well, they do the bass well. Van Morrison's voice, on the other hand, was thin. I've got to say it how it is. The voice was thin. What starts to happen, and if you listen to lots of speakers, you may know this yourself, you kind of start to hear the sounds of the two different drivers. It's because, they're just not that well integrated, the crossover, whatever the qualities of this are, because this is quite a dead, solid thing, and this is a very thin, domed cloth. So, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. You start noticing the difference. It's not presenting you with a cohesive, indistinguishable sound. You start noticing when the treble, what's coming from the tweeter, what's coming from the woofer. Okay, focused in. I can hear two different drivers. I got here the piano. No, sorry. Okay, I wasn't happy with this piano. Some things don't sound right on these speakers. I'm not feeling the ethereal joy in that, a Van Morrison's like, and it's always got the girl singers, and it's spacious, and it can, it's a joyous experience. I'm not getting it on here. I'm just not getting it. This track, I'm not getting ethereal joy. This track can deliver. It's not relaxing me. So this is a point, or a kind of, a perception, if you way of looking at hi-fi, that when it's good, I feel it's kind of luxurious. It does something to me. It doesn't leave me, which I'm afraid these do, with a sense of wanting, a sense of I'm not getting out of this music what I want to get out of it, what I know I can get out of it. It's just not doing it. It's not getting at my soul. It's not soothing me. It's not delivering. It's not involving me. And, personally, I kind of feel it there. And if I'm listening to things that aren't good, I have a sense. And I bet you get it too, but you maybe don't articulate. It's not, haven't gotten in such mad degree as me. But you just get this feeling of, it's not, you're always listening and hoping it's going to be better, or, the bass will be more lucid or more joyous in the top end. Anyway, let's carry on. Second song. Sweetest Decline, Beth Orton, difficult song to edgy song, frankly. Well, I put here, not problematic. So it's not giving me edginess. not giving me edginess. It didn't get edgy, just not a great experience, because that's got a ton of atmosphere in that song. You know, it's like a funny landscape, that song. Ethereal, dreamy, weird perhaps, you know, but I'm not getting the experience, you know. I'm not getting involved, you know. So maybe I should generalize a bit here. So you are getting bass, the mid-range is just recessed and a bit not right, and the top end, you know, which is down to that tweeter, really, I'll talk about that in a minute, it's not filling the room with air. You know, it's not got spacious joy. It's just not doing that top end really good, if you ask me. And, you know, a point I want to make is that if you don't like a speaker and it's got tweeter X in it, chances are very high that if another speaker has got that tweeter, or another speaker in the range has got that tweeter, it's going to be the same pretty much. You know, tweeters have their own sound characteristics, and some messing around with the crossover can do things, but you're not going to transform it. It sounds a certain way, and if you don't like it, if it doesn't do it for you on that speaker, it won't on another. Okay. Next song I did, Go Your Own Way, Fleetwood Mac. Again, not problematic, not annoying, but no joy in the female vocals. You've got the two female singers there in Fleetwood Mac. They can be so lovely. That can be an absolute joy. Loads of female voices in that song. Didn't do it. It is pumping out bass. It is pumping out bass. Okay, let me do general. If they go quite loud, that's not a bad thing. The bass was good, the mid and the top was not. The snare drum isn't clean and cutting. It's just not. It's just not clean in the middle. Yeah, I mean, really, there's just like, you know, that is not doing the middle good, and that is not doing the middle good. There's nothing doing the middle good. I mean, just to make a point, when speakers get bigger, this is a kind of common problem in two-way speakers, that the middle can't be catered for, particularly if they're doing a lot of bass. And therefore you get things that, like, sometimes they'll err towards the mid-range and make that nice, and that can be good. I would prefer that. Or they kind of err towards the bass, which probably initially impresses more, and the mid-range suffers. So, you know, it's a hard thing to get good mid-range out of a small two-way speaker that's giving a lot of bass. You know, so, you know, in a way it's a design. I mean, some people can do it, you know, but it's commonly difficult to make that happen. Did I say about $250? I did. I said the price. Okay. I made some comedic comments actually about this speaker. At one point I did think this. It just cropped into my mind. Yes, I was listening to the the Fleetwood Mac and the drums and everything, and I actually imagined that I had a cardboard box over my head. Yeah, imagine you put a cardboard box over your head. Now imagine you had some good speakers and you put a cardboard box over your head. That's probably going to give you the picture, you know. And I spontaneously imagined that. I didn't try to dream, say, it just came into my head. I feel like I've got a cardboard box on my head. The drums sound very cardboardy. They just did. In defence of these speakers, my friend has these. They're his, and he's got a very nice streamer, musical fidelity, and his room is laminate flooring or floorboards, I can't remember. But it's like a wooden floor, as opposed to my floor, which is carpet. And in his house, they sounded all right. It didn't sound problematic because that wooden floor was keeping everything brighter. It was livening up the mid-band, you know. So, you know, this is the interesting thing. Rooms are everything, you know. Change the floor and you might want to change the damn speakers because it will have an effect, you know, because the reflective surfaces of the wood you'll hear more of the top frequencies. Whereas carpet, the sound goes into it and literally gets deadened and ends in the carpet. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so yeah, I mean, I just didn't like these speakers. And to me, maybe it's not worth buying cheap speakers at all. You know, maybe you should go for broke and get something good. Which I know is easy to say for me because I've heard them all. And if I hadn't heard them, I'd probably want them because I want something and I don't want to spend a lot of money. But I think there's a thing where things can be that not good. You know, they're hardly worth having. Or buy something, you know, buy some cheap speakers second hand for 75 quid. Probably be just as good. Or go mad and, you know, get some quality gear. All right, okay, that's it. Thanks, bye for now.